Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 323-405-1341. That's 323-405-1341. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
Peace. Oh shit. He said peace from the LBC. What up, brother 3? Matias Videla. He says salute from Chile. What up, Chile? We international in this motherfucker. Let's go. Salute. Peace, Vic. We're good. Make sure you click that like button. Click that share button. We got a special guest in the house tonight. The God. Get your L's ready. I got one ready right here. We got some backup on deck. Oh shit, Montana in the motherfucking house. A1 Drizzy, Minnesota. Okay. Iowa in the building. What the? Let me find out we hitting the middle America in this bitch. Knowledge Born of Law said, peace to Almighty Lord Jamar, one of the strongest inspirations in the cause of truth and justice. Oh, I got to give him a clap on that one, brother. Like I said, click that like button, click that share button, let people know. We got the God Shyheim about to come up in here. Peace, family. What's good? Welcome back to the Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar. Digga couldn't make it tonight. Godfrey couldn't make it tonight. I'm holding it down by my motherfucking self. If you hear there's no snoring in the background, I actually have somebody to watch Anubis upstairs. Let's clap it up for that. They're probably gonna miss the snoring now and shit. Wait, hold up. Peace, God. Did he say from Mexican from South Central? I fucks with Brand Nubian Heavy. That's what's up, Jonathan. Appreciate you. All right. Good to be back. It's Wednesday, June 8th. Today's math is build, destroy. We know what that's all about. Build, destroy is a symbiotic process. When you build, you're destroying. When you add on to your knowledge, you're destroying your ignorance simultaneously. Ooh. Oh, shit. That top cipher, that bottom cipher is two ciphers. Positive and negative. Build and destroy. So we're going to build today. I got my brother in the house. We about to bring him on. He out in the world, but he still said, you know what? We got to stop and make time for the Godcast. That's what's up. Okay, he said, peace, God from New Jeru. Was banging the travel jam earlier. Okay, Andre. Do-do-do-doom. That's my shit, too. That's one of my shits. Somebody said, what y'all know about that Dr. Umar cease and desist? Nothing. Somebody said, that damn dog is the score of the God. You're motherfucking right. Well, we put him upstairs today. All right, listen. I don't want to keep the God waiting too long. I want to bring him in. Get to his story. Because he definitely has a story to tell. And he's doing some things right now. I've been seeing him on IG lately. Look like he's getting his fitness on. I want to know what that's all about and shit. Look like he out here striving to motivate people. And hey, that's what we got to do in this world, man. You got to lead by example. So listen, with no further ado, I want to bring the God, my young brother. I've known this brother since he was pretty damn young, man. Since he was a teenager, man. Yeah. Wu-Tang affiliate, Wu-Tang family member, I should say, because Wu-Tang got a big family. So he an immediate Wu-Tang family member. And man, ladies and gentlemen, gods and earths, welcome to the Godcast. Shyheim, the rugged one. Ladies and gentlemen, Shyheim, and I call him the rugged one, not the rugged child. And we'll get into the science of that in a second. How are you, God?
Peace, constantly elevating, Lord. I used to say maintaining, but then I was like, wait a minute, that's sorry.
It sounds kind of maintaining. Sounds kind of like I'm
Kinda,
just staying at
yeah,
I'm elevating.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My
Peace,
trajectory is moving.
yeah.
Well, shit. Um, this is your first time being on the Godcast, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Fan of the show, man. All the time I
Okay.
tap in,
Well. First, let's say welcome home to the God. Okay. I know you've been home for a little bit now, but let's just publicly say it. For those that didn't know, you was down for how long?
Oh man, this last one I was sentenced to 7 to 14 years in New York State prison for reckless manslaughter and criminal possession of a firearm with some controlled substances with manufacturing distribute
Right.
a bunch of negatively destroying stuff. You know what I'm
And
saying?
how much time did you do, go?
I did off that. I did 6 years, and then I made my parole board. Yeah, so I'm currently still on parole, New York State parole currently.
Okay, well, welcome home, God. Glad to have you home. Miss Ravioli, peace. What's good? We see you. Um, so yeah, man, you have a long story career in this game, man. You know what I mean? Um, you just have and just an interesting life story. Um, I've been checking you out on IG lately, and I see you talking about the Shyheim Franklin story coming soon.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about the Shyheim Franklin story and what is the Shyheim Franklin story? Let's get into it.
The Shyheim Franklin story is a documentary that's being directed and filmed by Gully TV. And
Oh, shout out Jamil.
yeah, me and the God, we've been building and and he was like, yo, anybody ever do it? And I'm like, nah. And he was like, yo, can I do it? I'm like, yeah. And it's just like, yo, it's done. You know what I mean? And and after watching his work, I feel he's pulling it off because he knows what the people want to see and hear. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be a very good picture for him.
Right. So tell us a little bit about, about your life, man, about how you came up, um, where you came up, you know,
All right.
circumstances, just all of that.
Well, everything has parables, as we all know, right? So I was this kid, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning of Staten Island history. My mom and them is from Stapleton, my pops and them is from Park Hill. So if you understand the history of Wu Tang, you understand that already, right? So I was the
Right.
child birthed from two neighborhoods that was taboo to deal with each other, right? And that's me,
Mm,
right? My my mother had me at 16 years old. At the time, my father was incarcerated on Rikers Island and went on to do a prison sentence when I was born. Um, so I was raised by my mother, of course, with my grandparents. But after they died, it was just me and my mom's. And then she got hooked on drugs, and then I became a rapper. I mean, I always enjoyed rhyming because it was like a way that I could express the things that was happening in my life with my family, and people cheered for it. You know, it wasn't like back then. You remember snapping, and somebody could make you cry by saying, "Yo, your mother's a crackhead." But when I started to say my mother was a crackhead or used drugs or my aunt died from AIDS and all these things that was happening in my life while my career was happening, and at the same time, it made it hard to even enjoy celebrity. You know what I mean? Because real life was happening, and
mm.
all this time you know, I was like, yo, it's to be a rapper. But now when I look back, I think music and entertainment just made me comfortable to being able to speak in front of large masses of crowds. And I think my story is the way to help people. You know what I mean? So when I came home, I started the Rugged Road to Recovery as my 5-year plan. So this is what you see, all the aspects of me trying to better my life, whether it's mentally, physically, my business, you know, my dental work, you know what I mean? Just all of my relationships, just everything that I'm in recovery of trying to make better in my life. And hopefully I can help someone else while I'm doing that as well.
Nah, that's peace, God. That's peace. So I see you ISO 360. What is that?
Okay, so how ISO 360 is just a short term for isometric concepts. Now, isometric, as we know, there's different meanings from it. So one meaning is one projection that has three different angles of that same projection. So you could take me, right? I'm Shyheim Franklin, but I'm also a rapper and an actor of the same dimension, right? You know what I mean? Um, so when you have an isometric drawing, they're separated by 90-degree angles and 120 degrees, so it all comes together as a 360. And it's also when resistance, if you push against resistance, actually make you stronger. So I felt that me pushing my way back into this industry, it was going to be an uphill battle, but it would make me stronger. You know what I mean? And that's where isometric came from. And then I was just like, I didn't want to be boxed into one thing. So because I rap, I act, you know what I'm saying? I know how to do search engine optimism. I write, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, I'm into just so many different things now in my life that, and I'm just like, I didn't want to be boxed in. So I said, yo, concept. So I get to do anything I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Under the banner of a concept.
How'd you I like to ask people when did you when was you first exposed to hip hop and when did you transition from being a fan to a participant?
I was exposed to hip hop early on, right? Because I mean, I was just fortunate to have older cousins that was tagging up and going to the city and the Bronx, and my uncle. He was from the Bronx, and he used to tag up back in the days, like in Flash days. You know what I mean? So when they would come home, they would have the big Cunyon radios and the Adidas and the fat laces, and I was just like, yo, that's what I wanted to do. So when they was out, I was
And how
putting my
old are
little
you at this time?
man. I was about, I want to say 6 years old. You know what I
Right,
mean?
like
I was 6 years old, putting my
yeah.
feet in my big cousin Adidas, like, you know what I mean. And you know, back then, them days, people was get killed for stepping on somebody's sneakers, right? And here it is, my little 6-year-old self is wearing my older big cousin's Adidas shell toes outside and breaking and popping tapes and recording over things, like, you know what I mean. Those was the best days. And then what happened was, now this is when we was pretty much like, I don't want to say nobody's, because we wasn't in the business at all. I wasn't nowhere even thinking about being in the business, and I was probably in the second grade, and I had a friend in the second grade. His name was Ward, and Ward had a famous brother by the name Milk D, and Ward would come to
Mm.
school with stickers and everything, and come to find out, then I was able to meet Milk, and then I knew DJ K Rock used to live on Staten Island. They used to come to a store called Mike Deli, and I used to live across the street from Mike Deli. So I'd be sitting on the stoop watching K Rock come up in his Jetta MC Light, and that was the first time I seen like real rappers, and I was like, "Yo, that's
Oh.
dope." Then now it transitioned into my friend who was also in school with me, Ninth Prince. Now Ninth Prince is RZA's little brother. You know what I'm saying? So we all in second grade, and that's how I started going over to RZA house as a little kid, and then RNS, he lived in my cousin's project building. You know what I mean? So when my grandmother died, and we moved from that house, and we moved into Stapleton Projects, because I was always from there from my family, but I lived with my grandmother. But when she died, we moved in the projects with my aunt, and
Mm.
RNS lived on the first floor. But they still wasn't jacking me like, yo, put him in the studio, right? That wasn't the thing, you know what I mean? I was rhyming. It was only a few of us then my age back then. Me, Ninth Prince, Don Pacino, Killer Sin,
Mm.
King Just, and a couple of dudes our age bracket, you know what I mean? That was
Right, right,
rhyming.
right.
And so I had met Mercury from the Force MDs through my mom's, because she was whatever, right? They was around the same age, and she told, and I rhymed for Mercury, and that was it. Mercury started to let me open up for artists that would come to Staten Island. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And then I had got a manager. I got a manager by Victor James. He was my first manager, right? You know what I'm saying? But after performing shows with Mercury, opened up for Naughty, King Son, I met Chuck Chill Out. It's dope when I see these people, right? Because they remember when I was like,
Right.
aspiring artists and opening up for those acts. You know what I'm saying? I'll give that to Mercury. But once that happened, I started to become known on Staten Island for rhyming, not just for basketball. 'Cause I played basketball, and I was a kid that packed bags at Pathmark. You know what I mean? Collected bottles and threw ninja stars, so everybody knew me already, the rugged child. But then once I started to rhyme and got known for that, through Mercury, RNS and Rakim started to let me do demos. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And then I
So
got a record deal.
right. So basically, I feel like you got sucked into the vortex of like that Wu-Tang vortex. Like at some point they were able to like see that they could tap into so many, like especially RZA seemed like he was able to see, oh, I could tap into all these record companies.
Well, no,
And
no, 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 no. That's not actual fact, Lord.
okay, tell me.
That didn't happen for my story. I actually had a record deal before Wu Tang.
Oh, okay.
I was a minor, so I had to go through Supreme Court to actually um put a record out. So during that process, I'm in court. Now, mind you, I'm already 6 figures up with a record deal on Virgin. Wu Tang Clan
Wait,
comes
so
to
you got
drop
a record
Protect, you know.
deal without being
Yeah, yeah, no,
affiliated with
yeah,
Wu-Tang?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 not at all. I didn't have a record deal
Oh,
due to Wu Tang. No, not
see,
at
I
all.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Not
Okay.
at all. Not at all. I mean, not saying that.
No.
RZA's my big brother
We
in New
love
York.
RZA.
R&S, they helped cultivate me, you know what I'm saying? But Wu-Tang Records, Wu-Tang Productions did not construct or get Shyheim a record deal. That deal came through R&S Production, R&S who produced the UMCs um and Guy Rute. He was in a group called Aftershock that was on Version at the time. And Big Wigs,
Okay.
that's how I got signed. But RZA produced on that album. Yeah. And then
Okay.
the clan came and blew. That's why a lot of the things it's like, yo, I'm Wu Tang, but I didn't fall into a lot of the issues sometimes because I didn't have contractual business with them. I was just a little bro, and they always just, what I mean, I always had my own deal. I did my own deal through television and everything like that. I didn't work with Wu Tang like hands on to my third album, Man Child, and that's when I did the deal with Wu Tang Records.
Okay. So at that point, that's when you are like
Yeah,
official
Wu
Wu-Tang.
Tang
Okay.
Records.
But before that,
I was always Wu Tang, but just like a
right, because
production company.
You Staten Island, you Shaolin,
Yeah,
you from around the way
yeah,
and all of that type
yeah,
of shit. But
yeah.
you had got a record deal on your own. But then when the Wu-Tang shit blew up, you kind of benefited from,
I I
what'd you
would
say?
no. I mean, I would say that I benefited from us all collectively. We all collectively
Right,
put
from
in
that Staten Island,
from
what was going on in Staten Island at that time. I feel like there was a
yeah,
nice light shined on Staten Island at that
yeah,
moment, and
definitely.
you helped benefit from that. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Oh,
You know what I
definitely,
mean?
definitely.
Like, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We all benefited. You know what I mean? But again, it's like it's just a little hammer that kept happening to hit, right? And when Wu Tang came, it was enough to break down the wall because we was making attempts to get in the game for years, man. With the Force and D's to make Staten Island known, with the UMC to make Staten Island known, with King Just. Now you remember King Just was the first artist to perform at Summer Jam. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So and then myself and the clan, and then after us, Mac Wiles, and you got so man, CJ's from Staten Island too, the kid with Whoopty and all
Oh,
that. So
right.
yeah, you know what I mean. We got a little history. We making little moves. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Listen,
Well,
Force MCs used to be one of my favorite
come on,
fucking groups
Doctor Rock, Doctor
back
Rock,
in the days.
Doctor Rock. Word.
See, I had I had met Lord K. Warren from Pooh
Mhm.
Bah like way back in the day. I'm talking like 87, some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, but this was up in the Bronx. He was up in the Bronx and shit. And we riding around, and I'm like, damn, I'm riding around with Lord K1. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, yo, this is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this some hip-hop shit. And I used to know all their routines, fucking
Yeah, that's that.
man.
That's so that's how I felt like when I had the opportunity to hang out with Big Daddy Kane. When Kane grabbed me up, you know what I mean,
Mm,
and bring me with him, and it was just like, yo, just to soak up the information and to really be with someone that see back then when you guys when and y'all right because I was young when y'all right and it's just like that's when it was real rappers and I said yo this sucks to be like now like because when y'all it was like y'all was bigger than life, man. You got to see y'all really setting the stage and knocking down barriers for people like myself to come through after. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm forever grateful for that, man. Peace, Lord. Word.
how do you feel when you hear and see like yourself now, like when you was a kid, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you got to do shows and shit like that, like it goes on and on. Like your voice don't sound nothing close to that no more. Like, do you perform those songs? Do you feel a
Yeah.
way about that, or are you just performing with your new voice now? Is that
Yeah, I perform it with my voice now, you know what I'm saying? And then I mix in new songs. Yeah, because that's what the people want. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give what they want to hear. But actually, it's crazy you bring up that that issue, right? So I was like, me and my boy Bebo, we was building. He was like, yo, you know it'll be ill. I'm like, what? He like, yo, do an album with the Rugged Child. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, oh, that's fly to take my old voice and mix it in with my new voice and let them take the old perspective with the new perspective and redo the albums. And I was
Right.
like, you know what? It's gonna take some time, but that's an idea that's in the works that we gonna put together. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's like with the Rugged Child thing. It's just like sometimes people they're gonna call me the Rugged Child till I'm 70, and I'm like, yo, I'm somebody's dad now. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. So it's kind of hard to perpetually call yourself a child. I know when we were talking about this before the show, you were kind of saying how the child moniker kind of, you know, mentally puts you in a kind of place that you don't necessarily want to be in. You want to build on that?
yeah, because you know what it is. I believe is that a lot of people want to remember their childhood. So when they want to remember their youth, they look at me from their youth and want to keep you there. You know,
Right.
and you know, just with all the words like trying and child and maybe and all those words that's not affirmative, you know what I'm saying, can actually appear in your life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you call yourself a child for so long, you would start doing child behaviors.
Mm.
And I
That's
did
not-
that for a long time. I was a grown male, but I was a child. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I had to sit down and I was left with just myself, and I had to look at myself and say, "Yo, what you do to us?" You know what I mean? And I said, "Yo, I gotta fix this." You know what I mean? Well, and and that's what I wish for everybody. You know what I mean out there, man. And I just hope that and I'm lucky that I didn't die before I realized that you know all those rules and all those things that people place on it is not real. You know what I
Mm.
mean? How many of my friends died believing the block is the block? You know what I mean? Or got
Mm.
life in prison, right, for issues or things that was just temporarily or just something that wasn't that big. It seems so big right now, but 10 years later, it's so small. You know what I mean? And into decision making. And they died believing that the crew is the crew, and that's not true. So when you get older, and it's not that we're not cruel, but priorities change. And I had
Mm.
to learn that. I used to get mad at even the clan. I used to get mad. Oh no, 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 yo, this, that, and the third. Until I came to my evolution. Now I'm going through the same thing with other people, and I understand. You know what I mean? I understand it. Like you gotta grow, and if people aren't growing, you gotta let them be.
Facts. Rod Digger just chimed in. She said, "Peace to the gods. I'm on the road." She said, "Love you, Shy."
Peace, you know that. Word up. Peace, love, always. You know that.
You know,
Outsiders. Word up. Word up.
peace, Queen. Thank you
Thank
for chiming in.
you.
You'd be here if you could.
Yeah.
Um, so it's funny that you say that, about people passing away, believing in the block and all that. You and I had a mutual friend that you introduced me to, and I'm talking about Lord Superb.
Yeah. Well, superb. Rest in peace, Perb. I introduced Perb to the clan too.
Rest in
You know
peace,
what I
Lord.
mean?
I know you
Word up.
did. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Lord Superb. Um, Man, I remember when I lived in Brooklyn, 560 State Street. I don't know how we had initially connected, but we connected somehow, exchanged numbers, and you called me and you came through to my rest and you had Perb with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And y'all was just so like too young, you know what I mean? Just had that young hip hop street energy. And I was just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking with these dudes. And then Perb somehow just kept coming back. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Perb was like that. Perb was like, he's like, yo, once you let him in, that's it. You family. He would disappear for a year, but he'll show up even with his that's my brother. Even though we don't always agree, you know what I mean, and
Of
things
course.
happen, but I miss that. I miss Perv getting on my nerves. Wow.
Herb used to get on my nerves too, but I fucking love him. I know y'all had y'all disagreement at one time.
No,
It
well,
is
see,
what it is.
our disagreement was because I ain't have nothing to do with his other disagreements. You know what I'm saying? And he pulled me in. I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? You know how I was. Even when I bring him around you, I wasn't saying like, yo, get with Jamar and you my artist and you this and you that. That was just my friend. Now, if you come
Right.
around my other friends and y'all do business and it don't go out the way it's supposed to be, why am I being pulled into? Bro, that's wrong. I ain't got nothing to do with that. And that's how I always kept it. But we
Mm,
spoke. I'm glad we spoke before before he returned. You know what I'm saying? Transcended it was all love, man. Wow.
right. Yeah, he definitely was a talented, misunderstood brother, man, that you know, I
Yeah.
wish people could have really seen what, the magic that he had, because he was nasty, bro.
You
He
you
was
know what
I
happens,
did
and this
some
is
ill joints with him that never came out. Like, that was crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
nah, yeah. Perv is special. Perv is special.
What was you gonna say? I'm sorry if I cut you off.
I was gonna say was it about Perv? Um, I don't know. It'll come back. It'll come back.
So good. Um Shit, another one that we lost that's actually mutual. Guess he's family to you, is our brother uh Kango Kid.
Yeah. That's my sister's
Right.
daughter's father. Yeah, Kango. Shout out to
Facts.
Kango. Rest in peace, Kango.
Yeah, man. Fucking how is your sister actually?
Um, I just spoke to her yesterday. She's all right. It's hard because raising a young girl. I mean, a daughter, and and Kango was very hands on with her. You know what I mean, and
Right.
she's so smart and intelligent. If you met her, it's like she's not falling for the okey doke, so she knows what's going on. It's
Right.
just hard with little girls with with daddy. You know what I mean. So I be there as much as I can. You know what I'm saying. But as we all know, ain't nobody gonna be able to replace him.
Absolutely. Your other sister, I believe, has a daughter that went to school with my daughter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
in Georgia, right? Yeah.
No, in Staten Island. They was going to school.
Yeah.
It was
On
older daughter.
yeah. The Catholic school, I think, right?
Yes,
Was
yes,
it a
yes,
Catholic
yes,
school?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. It was just a school.
No, right? Because people start going crazy. What?
Yeah, well, you send them where? Like, listen, trying to get the best education for the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
wife.
wow.
She knows about all of that shit. And matter of fact, my daughter just graduated college and shit.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, she just graduated from Hampton and shit.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, my daughter, she's just finished her freshman year in college too.
Nice, nice, nice,
Uh,
nice. That's
Shout out
crazy,
to her.
man.
Yeah, that's when you getting of age, man, and that's when I realized, man, that I had to step up to the plate, really. You know what I mean? And now it's actually sad when you look at it and you see dudes not acting their age, and it's like, yo, you too old for that, bro. You know what I mean? Like I can't even see, being in those same areas anymore. You know what I mean? It's hard to even take a show because I know, like, yo, if it's in this area, what I'm subject to if I go, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
if I gotta have a gun, or if I gotta be like that, or my boys gotta be like that, then maybe I shouldn't be there, and I just won't go. You know what I mean? Because I'm held responsible for where I put myself, and that was my problem. Always getting in situations and then trying to figure the way out of it instead of seeing the end result before and not even putting myself in it.
Um, Another thing we got in common: acting.
Yeah.
How'd you get into acting, and would you like to do some more?
Yeah, you know what's crazy about it? I actually love it now, and I didn't even enjoy it then. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I thought when I first started to get opportunities to be in movies, it was a sellout move. I was like, I ain't being no movie. I'm a rap. I rhyme. Like being in
mm,
movies a sellout move. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. That's how I was raised to think. I wasn't raised to think if somebody steals a bar, he's biting. You know what I'm saying? If you rap on somebody else's beat, you're biting. You know what I mean? So a lot of the opportunities I didn't do mixtapes because in my mind I'm like, nah, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And the business changed right in front of you, and it's like, nah, it's okay now. Go ahead. You can. It's not really their song anymore. It's all of our songs, and it's like, oh, okay.
it's deep that
Um,
you say that because I'm from that shit, like where it felt weird. Like, wait a minute, niggas is almost making songs off of other niggas' beats. Like
yeah,
what
exactly.
the fuck?
Remember that you beat biter, don't sound taker, tell you to your face, you ain't nothing but
Right.
a faker. Yo, that was like so I couldn't get with it, you know what I mean? And so the acting thing, opportunities came and I was like, no, no, no. And then I got offered to be in the TLC Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. So I didn't really look at it as acting, so I did that. And then after that, I got a call from Fred the Hammer Williamson. And I didn't know who he was. I thought he was the Hammer. When he was saying Hammer, I was like,
You
oh,
what,
okay,
like
cousin.
Hammer, MC
Yeah,
Hammer?
yeah, yeah. And he was like, no. He's like, no. And he's like, yo, I have this movie. You don't have to audition. You're perfect for it. I want you in it. And I'm like, I'm really not into the movie thing. That's kind of like sellout. But my uncles, you
you
know,
talking you
yeah,
talking down a movie to Fred Williamson. like
yeah, right.
that's
Because see, when
crazy.
when you when you don't know the value of somebody, that's like these like a young kid right now
It's
could come
starting to
up to
get
us,
dark
right?
where you at.
Yeah, he might not even respect our work till you find out the history. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. I couldn't appreciate him until I learned. And then my older uncles was like, "No, you know what he did for our people in film. You have to do this." And I did it. And I'm thankful that I did because a ton of other opportunities came after that. The Preacher's Wife, Into Deep, the Robin Townsend television show, The Parenthood. But
Mm,
with all that, you know, without the proper guidance, right? And without listening, you
mm.
can destroy it all. So I had great opportunities, you know what I'm saying, but my household wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about my friends, I'm talking about in my house. Not, you know what I mean? So if if my parents was like maybe a Bow Wow's parent or a Little Romeo's parent, ain't no telling where the rugged child would have been. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling I would have never seen prison. But I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? My mother died of overdose of dope. My father did over 30 years in prison. I was raised by outside. So I made some poor choices, you know what I mean? But through it all, I've learned some valuable lessons and that's what I'm on now, man. Just showing and proving the better version of myself.
True indeed, man. Let's clap it up for that. It's starting to get a little dark on your face right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, pardon me. I'm
Um,
gonna see what I think I could turn this on. No, that's not that. That's
maybe the lights on the mirror when you flap it
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. Cut this.
The
Oh,
flip
okay. Oh, yeah.
down.
Oh, boom, perfect. All right, yeah.
Let's see.
This
That
it's
might
another.
do something. See if you can angle it in a way.
Yeah, see, he just got this call like today.
Is it
No,
like today? You know? Oh,
yeah,
there
I'm
we go.
just.
Hang on, it's starting to. Yeah, I'm starting to see something.
Oh, cause you got it like that way.
Yeah. Now maybe turn if that light
But
can
where he
turn
at? He might
towards your
know how
face.
to do it. Let me. Yo, cuz.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, turn it like that, and then
Oh, this
and
way.
then flip it up so that the light is. Yeah, there you go. No, but
Okay.
pull it down so that the light is. Yeah.
Oh,
Now I can
all
see
right,
your
bet.
face. Yeah,
All right,
you see what
bet.
I'm saying?
All
That's
right, I'm gonna
that's a little
figure out.
better right
They
there.
should have one of them things back here. Hold on. Is this? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This is weird. This is a nice car, but
Yeah.
you don't know how to work it.
He said it's a nice car. That's all I know.
Yeah, you just can't work it though, and I can't drive it, so it don't really mean nothing to me, right?
Yeah, but now I see your face now and shit. That's better.
All right,
That's
let's
better. That's
see.
better. That's better. Um, Yeah, man. So damn, I hear what you're saying though, because like you got these Ray J and Brandy type
Oh man,
parents that are like
they had it so lucky, man. You know what I
holding their
mean?
hand the whole fucking way and kind of understanding the business and all that type of shit.
Yeah,
Um,
that's great. You know what I mean? That's what we need. You know what I mean? With our matter of fact, how about I just get out the car?
yeah,
That might be better out the car with better light, right?
there's more light outside. There we go. There
Yeah,
we go. There we
yeah.
go.
You know, yeah, man, they was lucky, man. You know what I mean? They was lucky just to have that support of how to invest their money, and you know what I mean, and the pressure of it's a lot of pressure, bro, to take your whole family on your back as a kid. You know what I mean? It's a lot. You know what I mean? I was responsible for
Absolutely.
everything at 13. I've been paying bills since that age. So when I actually got to prison and I took a break, I ain't have none of that. I was like, well, this is all right. You know what I mean? Word,
Damn.
word up, man. Before we go, I just like to shout out my cousin Big understanding Grant Williams. He was just the first person ever to be exonerated on Staten Island with actual innocent. So shout out to him. Word up.
That's what's up. Peace, on. Yeah, man. Listen, everything happens for a reason, man. And certain doors are closed so that we're forced to walk through others. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think sometimes we spend a lot of time worrying about the what ifs and all of that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Instead of being in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we got through all of that shit that whatever it is we went through, we got through it. And we here. You know what I mean? So now what do we do? How do we take all that knowledge that we acquired and elevate and
Mm.
not just maintain, like we were saying earlier?
Yeah. You have to. You have to. If not, you're gonna dwell in the endless pit of sorrow. You know what I mean? And everybody's gonna move past you. You know.
Facts. Where you at? Where you at right now?
Right now, I'm at this little near this restaurant called Moonshine. Moonline. It's in
Okay.
New Jerusalem. Uh, I don't even know the
You don't
area.
have to say the exact name. I mean,
Um,
exact
yeah.
spot, but you in New Jerusalem. Okay.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a little. I like these little areas like this. It remind me of Soho. You know what I mean? Everything's free. You know what I'm saying? Everybody la 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 la. You know what I mean? Might be a little too. A little dark around these places, but it's alright.
Yeah. Shit. I noticed when you came home, man, you just definitely seemed, I could tell that this bid changed you in a way. You know what I mean? This bid was the one that matured you. Because you got people, I mean, you've gone to jail a few times before
Yeah,
this, yes?
yeah, yeah.
And I know some people that go in and out, in and out, in and out, and don't necessarily get it. But it seemed like this time you came out with just a different aura and energy
Well,
about it. You know what I
well,
mean?
because the other times I went away, they put me in them little camps, right? Them
Mm,
little medium camps. So I thought I was in prison. But that last time they sent me to the big boy house, Max A joint. You know what I'm saying? For
right.
people with life and natural life. So naturally you around a different mindset. So I was around different minds, and when I got to that yard, it was all type of things. It was gangs, it was all that. But then the guard showed up and was like, "Not him, yo. You was not chilling." And it wasn't even like
Not
I was,
him.
I was forced, kind of not forced, but yeah, like so they made it uncomfortable for other people really. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, yo, don't go around them. They made it uncomfortable for people to be around me. So then I was just really with the guards anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
So
then
so
that
the
was it.
gods immediately
Yeah,
took you in.
instantly. Soon as I got to the main yard, it was like
Yeah.
you got all different factions. You got your homies, you got your gangs, your Bloods, your Crips, your Latin gangs, your Kings, the Minietas, the Patrias, your Jamaican. You got so many things, and of course you have Nation of Gods and Earths. So it was like, yo, it was time to get back. You know what I mean? I started to go into class. You know what I mean? Started studying again and started trading books, and then my time went by differently. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I understood my position. See, I didn't know. I knew who I was, right? But then I forgot. I knew I had the information, but again, knowledge without application is nothing. So I had it, then I had to. It wasn't moving. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go through that process. And once I went through it, I was just like, you know what? This is it. You know what I mean? So every day before I walk out my crib, I got my net bag right near the door. The net bag is where I used to have all my letters and stuff in prison with. So I look at that picture and I'm like, man, it's quiet. It's quiet for that. Wow.
Recently, and I know everything, I guess, basically worked out, but there was the whole shit with Nori had made a comment, um, talking about you and a couple other people, or I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
sidekicks or some
You
shit he
know,
was saying.
but
Um,
yeah, I mean, well, see, that was the thing. We worked it out. You know what I'm saying? But the issue was, I just had a problem with the name used because that was a character flaw that didn't represent me and who I am. So that's why I took it personal. You know what I'm saying? Um, if it was about music or if it was about my career, journalists is more than welcome anytime to say they like it or they don't like it. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's what it is once you're a public figure. But I think certain name calling and certain things like that must be addressed. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to think I handled it in the most professional way, mature way possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not far removed from a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And not to say it like that, but I would have got back my old job if I'd have went back. You know what I'm saying? It would have been, it wasn't too long ago. It would be like, all right, Franklin, take your job, man. You got it back. But, you know, um, DJ EFN, Nori, and the whole Drink Champs, they was professional about it. After the fact, they did what they had to do.
and
I
then you
mean,
actually
within
went up
reason.
there and did an interview.
Yeah, yeah, I went up there. They did interview, and they also got on my podcast, The Rugged Road to Recovery. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And yeah, so it worked out. It worked out for the best.
Sometimes we need these examples, man. We need examples of conflict resolution. You
Yeah,
understand how real
yeah,
niggas could fucking resolve some shit without it having to go to the fucking guns or any other stupid shit. Like, you
yeah.
understand?
Because that's what the people would have really liked. You know what I'm saying? And I can't lie. I probably would have liked it too at first when I was dealing with because you go through phases when something happens. You get really mad, and then you have to think about it. And I remember I got a call from one of my big bros, and they was like, "Yo, what's up, you alright?" Because I'm like, "Nah, I ain't going to jail over this. You bugging? This is the move." You know what I'm saying? Like they troll now. This is what I got
Right,
to do. This is what we doing. So I try to handle it in that matter of how it's done now. You know what I mean?
right, right. Well, that's beautiful because y'all both my brothers, and I
Yeah.
hate to
And
see
everybody's brother,
any
that's crazy
bullshit.
because everybody was just like everybody calling each other dudes from jail, dudes from everything, and it's a small world. Everybody know everybody. You know what I
I
mean?
know, and niggas. I know you had multiple people like, yo, I fuck with both of y'all. Like,
Yeah,
cut this shit out. Like,
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
have
yeah,
y'all doing this because I fuck with both of y'all. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
please,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's peace.
Um,
Though actually, we talk. It's crazy because we talk, we text sometimes now. Your bike, the AFN, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when you know somebody, then you know that after meeting him, I know it came. The apology was sincere and it didn't come from a malice place after the fact. But when you don't know nobody, and you don't build, and you never around them, you can't
right.
fully assess where their true intentions came from.
Facto, facto. What's your relationship with Wu-Tang members right now? Like
Oh man,
any
it's
collaborations, anything we can look into?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I got to join with Ghost. Actually, I've been doing all they stuff. I got to join on Mathematics, a DJ Mathematics album.
Peace to
Um,
God.
um, uh, I think me and Meth got a joint. Me, Meth, and Deck got a joint. Um, me and Cap. Yeah, I got a couple joints with them for other projects. But for my project, I got one with Ghost right now called Methadone Music. Me and Meth supposed to do something. It's just like I just that's a given to work with them and stuff like that. But where I'm at mentally and in my life, I just want to make music. As long as they can get on we can get on the same page, and it's about growth, then I do the song because I don't want to do no song with nobody about anything if it ain't towards positivity. You know what I mean? That's how I came in the game, and that's how I'm gonna leave. I came with songs like On and On. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't until the outside influences influenced me. And then that's when you got the negative raps and stuff like that.
Well, I seen you did a song with Little Vicious, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Now, I
that
ain't seen Little Vicious in years. But let me tell you, he's another one that used to come to my crib back in the State Street days.
yeah.
And that was a little wild motherfucker.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm
yes,
talking about coming around with
yeah. Local vicious,
I think
man.
he
Take
used to
my
have
thing.
bags of guns like
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Like,
this
man. That's
motherfucker.
people have no
So,
idea. People have
is
no
he
idea, man.
positive now? Is he
Oh yeah,
positive now?
V, man. That's my brother, man. Me and V, we be chopping it up all the time, man. Like, you know how we do. Come to the crib. Same with me and you. You know what I'm saying? Same way with V. He got some music out right now. He's still running around doing shows with Doug. He's on
Right.
Instagram. He on Instagram. Little vicious, real little vicious. Yep. He did
Yo,
that
that
joint.
boy, he was on some real street shit. Like
Yeah, rude
remember
boy.
one
He's a rude
time
boy.
when I was fucking with Dad Prez, when I was in the cultivating stage with them,
Yeah.
they had like went to Queens with him or some shit like that one day. And yo, they had some crazy adventure, and they was like, "Yo, this nigga, he had mad guns and blah blah." Like, yo,
Yeah.
some crazy shit. They was like, "Little Vicious is fucking wild."
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We was young back then. You know what I mean? That's when I first started hanging out in Brooklyn and Flatbush and getting Fonto Leaf. I ain't know what no Fonto Leaf was. You know what I'm saying? I was White House in Phillies. You know what I'm saying? Word. Lord, I learned a lot.
Right.
Brooklyn boys. It's a
Shout
fact.
out to Little Vicious.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? What are we doing?
We doing the Rugged Road to Recovery, the podcast, the documentary series, the way I do subjects and do documentary stories on them. Ultimately, the end result is the Rugged Road to Recovery Center, where I will be prepping people for GEDs, getting them bank accounts, and teaching them how to get credit and mental health, domestic violence, substance abuse. Then also after those classes of those programs, then the studio, then arts and crafts and things like that. You know what I mean? But that's the goal to have the Rugged Recovery House Center, to whereas I can give some of these skills and that I've learned back to people in my community and other communities because it'll be a curriculum that it can go state to state or hopefully country to country.
Now, while I got you here, I'm gonna get ready to let you go because it's getting dark. But I've been putting it out in the universe that I want to play Papa Wu in the Wu-Tang series. Do you support that? Do you support that, brother?
Fire.
Can you see that?
I see it.
Can you see
That's
it,
a
guy?
fact. I see it. I see
Word
it.
is
Word to
bond,
God,
guy.
I see it.
Hey, yo, word is bond. Word is bond to the father, guy. You know what I mean?
We gotta put that call in. And
listen, I ran into RZA. I ran into RZA in the studio a couple weeks ago. It got to him. He heard about this. Okay. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. He said they didn't share in the story, but I need motherfuckers to massage it. If you around money, you didn't mention it. Yo, Ghost, Lord Jamar, Papa Woo. I'm just saying. Yo, Meth. Like, Somebody.
Yeah,
You
well,
trying to run this up the flagpole. Lord Jamar for Papa Wu.
I mean, let alone you'll be able
Now,
to embody his. You'll be able to embody him.
bro, that's my bro.
Yeah,
That was my
that's
bro.
big. That's big. I'm a push it. I co-sign that all day.
He was
I
on my
co-sign
album.
I co-sign that. That's ordered up. R.I.P. Papa Wu. Word to
Rest in
big,
peace of Papa Wu. Don't
big
let me pull out the fedora right now. You'd be, oh,
Well,
shit. The fedora with the motherfucking, with the pizzazz.
Yeah, killing it. Boy, I was just watching a build on him the other day on YouTube. They had a little a documentary on him. I was just watching it.
Yeah.
Well, you always left the guard with. He always left you with something. You know what I mean?
Sure
Missed
did.
that. Word.
But he was mad street too.
Boy,
you know
yeah,
I mean?
he was
He
punching
was
his
ready.
face.
Yeah, I mean, he'll punch it. That's what I'm
right at the door. What? And mind you, I was a baby, so technically I shouldn't be able to get in these clubs because they got alcohol and everything. And they were gonna let God walk down my mouth, and he was over there.
Y'all gonna let him in?
Yeah, I was in there too. That's a fact. I
You
was in
damn
there
sure
too.
he
You
was.
grown
Yeah.
I be like, yo, man, y'all kids, man, y'all, you know, man, I wish them the best, man. Word up.
Man, I'm telling you, yeah, I would embody that. I would kill that. So,
Nah, I believe it. I'm
oh,
gonna definitely put that.
you in good light now. Oh, you just got to some light real quick.
Yeah, I didn't walk to the corner. We parked on a little side block.
Okay. Yeah, shit, you looking golden now.
Yeah, yo.
Well, shit, where can people hang on? Okay, I know your IG. Let me put it on the screen. Is Shyheim_rugged, right?
Yeah.
Shyheim _rugged on IG.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Y'all make sure y'all follow him right now. If you're not doing so, make sure you follow the God on IG. Yeah. So yeah, God, I'm gonna let you do your thing, God.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate
you coming on. Definitely come back another time, anytime you really want to. And we'll do it like that.
No doubt. My brother, love always. Peace to God. Peace to
Love you
earth.
too, brother. Peace, y'all. Shyheim Rugged, y'all. Oh shit, Snagglepuss in the motherfucking house. What's up, my brother? I see you making them beats. I see you got the motherfucking, looks like you got the MPC X, like your boy. You making some gritty, grimy shit. I see you, God. I see you. He knows I fucks with you. He said Shy was a wild little dude for real. Yeah, he was. We didn't get deep into it because, he's turned over a new leaf. And I don't even think he wants to like revel in that type of shit. So listen, tomorrow night, we will be back at 8:00. And our special guest will be Remy Ma. That's right, y'all. Remy Ma's coming to the Godcast. I think she has a female battle rap league that she's launching. She's going to come here, talk about that, maybe have some of the sisters with her, and talk about her career and all of that. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock sharp. Not 8:05, not 8:10. Yes, Dre, 5 o'clock your time. Our special guest will be Remy Ma of the Terror Squad. Shout out to Fat Joe. Shout out to Papoose. Shout out 5 Mics. What's that UK time? Man, come on, bro. I don't know. What's it, 5 hours ahead or some shit like that? Like 2 in the morning or some shit like that? I don't know. Yeah, so make sure y'all join us tomorrow. It should be dope. I think Digga still gonna let us know if she'll be able to make it. She might still be on the road. So hopefully Digga will be here too. But if not, your boy will be here to hold shit down. I thank y'all for coming through once again. Shout out to my guest, Shyheim the Rugged. And I'll just leave it there. He's the rugged one, the rugged God, the rugged man. Definitely not a rugged child anymore. So once again, for the Godcast, I am Lord Jamar. Peace to my Godcast family. Love. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.